On this channel, we talk a lot about consumer tech, like phones, watches, headphones, quadcopters, laptops, and whatnot. And more than ever, and this is probably like the biggest duh statement, we take them everywhere we go. But let's face it, they're pretty much useless if you don't have the means to juice them up when you want to, when you're out like saying camping for the weekend or having a sudden power outage in your area. And this is where power stations like this, the Vatid PB2 Portable Power Station, come in. And these things are kind of like giant versions of power banks, but with way more ports and capabilities. I'm excited to test the PB2, guys, because to be honest, I've always been fascinated by these things. And if you're in the market for one, be sure to watch the rest of this video. We'll be talking about its uses and also touch on some pros and cons. So let's do it after these messages. And don't forget to subscribe and get me to 50,000 subs. Let's go. This power station retails for $400 and I posted links down below in case you're interested, and it comes in two different colors. There's black as well as this one, my favorite of all, the orange and silver one. And what you get here is basically a 300 watt hour pack, or I guess for your reference that's like 5.2 times the capacity of a MacBook Pro 13. There are 9 ports altogether, all the front here, very versatile and very convenient, especially for its size. And I'll start right here in the middle. This is a power delivery capable USB-C that does 65 watts out and 60 in to charge this unit, and I'll talk more about charging in general later on. Right next to that is an 18 watt USB-C as well as an 18 watt USB-A and a 12 watt USB-A. On the far left here are 2 barrel ports. This one does 12 volt out and this one does double duty, 12 volt out as well as a maximum of 25 volt in. Right here in the middle under this flap is a 12 volt car lighter port capable of 120 watts, and flanking that are 2 300 watt AC outlets with pure sine wave inverters, no less, guys. What that means is, say if you plug in a light or something, there's no flickering, or a portable speaker, there won't be any kind of electrical buzzing noise that you sometimes hear speakers emit. Right here at the top, I want to mention this real quick. I really like the handle, by the way. This surface is so awesome, but it's big enough for a phone. It would have been nice to see some kind of wireless charging or Qi charging surface right there, wouldn't it? And a quick mention too again about the barrel port. Remember I mentioned this does double duty. This supports MPPT solar generation, which means if you have a solar panel, you plug it in here, it maximizes the charging efficiency. Now, this Vatid weighs 3.2 kilograms, and for your reference, if you compare like say its closest competitor, the Anker Powerhouse 2400 for example, that thing goes for 4.62 kg, so this is a whole lot lighter. In terms of dimensions too, it's smaller. It's 200 millimeters across, 170 tall, 140 deep, so it's much more compact than the Anker as well. Now, things I haven't mentioned too at the front here, right here in the middle is the LCD or LED display, and here's the flashlight. If you hold the button down for about 4 or 5 seconds, it'll come on, and the LED display will come on as well. It does SOS, it cycles to bright as well as low, and then you press it down again, it'll turn it off. And one thing nice about the display is it will show you the battery draw or the power draw from each of these ports, which is nice. This is the cycle or mode change button for AC and DC, or the power on and off the unit. You hold it down, it turns it off or turns it on like so. In terms of build quality, this thing is solid, guys. Really well put together, right up there with the best of them. This whole colored surface is actually kind of textured, really nice to the touch. And as I mentioned earlier, I love this carry handle. It's such a good location. And these silver surfaces with the slats, they do help with cooling quite a lot. And in case you're wondering, this is not water resistant, let alone waterproof. You know, understandable because of all the vents and the cooling fans at the back. And at the bottom here, we have 4 rubber feet, and really nice and grippy. They just hold things in place really well. And in case this thing breaks down, it has a 24-month warranty. So that's good. Now, being able to power your devices and your appliances is only half the battle, because if you have to wait around for your power station to recharge itself, then Houston, we've got a bigger problem here. But I'll tell you what, the Vatid is one of the fastest I've seen to go from like 0 to hero. For example, if you charge it with the supplied barrel charger, it takes a pretty short 4 hours. Don't forget, this thing has an 80,000 milliamp hour pack in here. That's pretty large. However, if you're able to leverage a second 60 watt charger through the USB-C port, combined, the PB2 can fully recharge in about 2 hours 45 minutes, according to my in-depth, fully science-based testing, of course, yes. And that's really awesome. And I don't mean the test, I'm talking about the recharge times here. Another positive is that the Vatid possesses size and weight that belie its power capacity and port selection. It's small and light enough to carry with you if you have to take it on a short hike to your camping location, and that's the beauty of it. Plus, the color is gonna get a lot of people's attention, I'll tell you what. 2 AC ports for appliances and such is a plus, in my opinion, even though admittedly you're limited to like 300-watt devices. So if you ever buy one of these, don't go trying to plug in like hair dryers or large toasters. That's a PSA for you. So what can you power with the Vatid? Laptop? Check. Lamp? Check. Quadcopter controller? Check. Ooh, hair dryer? No. Toaster? Same thing. No. Fan? Check. Heating pad or heated blanket? Check. Phone and tablets? Check. Mop vacuum? Check. I've noticed some reviews out there complaining about the volume of the cooling fan. Personally, I didn't find it annoying one bit. It's really not loud at all, guys. It's like 46-47 decibels at most. And the kind of hum that the motor generates, it reminds me of a white noise maker. And yeah, I can imagine myself sleeping with it running in a tent, for instance. In our day and age of fast charging, it would have been nice to see higher max wattage for the USB-A and USB-C ports. And also, as I suggested earlier, maybe adding a Qi charging surface at the top or something would have been awesome as well. No way around it, the flashlight is too small, especially if you're wanting to use it as a lighting source at your campsite. You put this on your table, it's bright, but the beam is just too narrow to really light up everything. I would have preferred some kind of light bar that spans the width of the unit like Anker does with their power stations. I think the price could use a $50 drop to make it a more attractive option in this space. And if you look even within the brand catalog, $100 more gets you nearly twice the capacity in the form of its bigger, albeit older sibling, the PB1. Power stations are cool. They're great as backup or emergency power sources for your devices and appliances. Now, at 300 watt hours with 300 watt output capability, the PB2 can keep all your electronics charged many times over like say the course of a weekend even. And of course, at 300 watts, you're quite limited in what miscellaneous appliances you can plug in and also for how long. For example, one lamp or one heated blanket with your phones and tablets and cameras all plugged in together can last you a whole night. So that's not bad at all. And if you have a good portable solar panel with good daylight, those free electrons will keep this puppy and also your adventures going for a pretty long time. So with all that said, I'm gonna give the Vatid PB2 Portable Power Station a GearUP score of 8, this thing is heavy, 8.3 out of 10. And this is how I broke it down to get the final score. If you have any questions about it, feel free to comment down below. Well, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and consider subscribing because, you know, you love my content so much, and also partly because I like to see 50,000 subs by the middle of the year, so we can do it, guys, together. Yes, we can. Also, consider buying me some coffee, tea, or whatever your favorite beverage is at the moment. You can do it at my Patreon page right here, and doing so can really help me move this channel forward. Remember to thumbs up if you like this video and comment nicely down below. And thumbs down. Thumbs down if you go camping like how Mainers here do camping, which is basically a house by a lake or a body of water. And when I say camping, I mean like camping like a man. A tent, just you and the elements, out in the woods, in your backyard. Oh, that was bad. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, guys, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next episode. I love y'all, and remember to do something kind and loving for somebody in this world, because guess what? The world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. I love y'all, and peace out.